Hi, kids, it's your friend Dr. Nightshade, and today we're going to talk about the Judas Cradle. If you've been a fan of the Odditorium for a while, you'll remember an episode where we spoke about the Brazen Bull. Today, though, we're going to talk about a different torture device. Invented in 16th century Spain at the height of the Inquisition, the Judas Cradle was one of many torture devices that were used for religious purposes to gain a confession, but also used against political opponents. The way the Judas Cradle works is horrific. I'll try to be as delicate as possible in my description, but I will warn you, anyone that's squeamish should probably look away for a minute. The Judas Cradle was a pyramid-shaped wooden device. The victim would be placed on top of the pyramid in a seated position with their hands and legs tied so they could not shift their weight. Commonly, the feet of the victims were bound together to increase their pain whenever their feet moved, and sometimes weights were even added to increase the pain inflicted even more, but would often result in a quicker death. Once the victim was in position, they were left there, sometimes for hours, sometimes for days, in absolute agony as their weight forced the point of the pyramid further into the orifice into which it had been inserted. Though the mental image is agonizing to consider, it's important to note the victims did not always die on top of the device, though that doesn't mean it wasn't lethal. To add further suffering to it, it was never cleaned, meaning that if a victim survived, they were still likely to face deadly infections. If the intent was to kill the victim on the device, they would be repeatedly pushed down onto the point of the pyramid, or even more weight would be added to the legs of the victims to hasten their departure from this world. If the torturers only wished to prolong the suffering of their victims, they would sometimes raise the victim off the point of the pyramid, giving them momentary relief, before they were allowed to fall painfully back into position. I don't know about you, but this Inquisition doesn't sound near as fun as Monty Python made it sound.
Hey friends, Dr. Nightshade here. Thanks so much for stopping by today. If you liked the video, please be sure to like it, hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you know whenever I put up a new video. And if there's some strange and unusual fact or historical event you want me to review, leave it in the comments. And we'll see you next time right here at the Odditorium.